So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third. So it's third and long, and defensively, not a real surprise. They're in the dime. He'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. 42-yard line. And now here's a carry heading left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. And he's got it up and through. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And they'll go on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And it's up and good. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. A beautiful fake. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Allen's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Here we go.
They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Nick Fairley in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
Single receiver. Hey, Jordan Island over there. Single receiver. All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. He had one man to beat. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Here comes the D swarming to the line.
Come on, let's go. 38.
Now back to throw. Buying time to his left. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I can't say that I was really in love with the play call there. A draw in that situation, I know it's a risk-reward call. If it works, he walks in. But otherwise, you're bringing up a really tough 4th down situation.
They'll try and power it home here with a fullback Johnson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 48 yards. The Saints put up 29 points a game last year, second only to the Falcons, and they're in range to get some points on this drive as well. 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. Down to the 25. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down right around the 25. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll drop the throw. Steps away to his left. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
We have so many different terms for 3rd down, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, 3rd and manageable. How about 3rd and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the 1st down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help. Back to throw here. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And now running right through it. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. First carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area. He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion. Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now. They've made it very difficult for them throughout the half. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. An NFL update. They're in the second quarter in Baltimore. And the Rams have opened it up to lead by a couple of touchdowns now. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
All right, here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Forced out to his left. And he's got some space here. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Second down, just 1 yard to go.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it. Blue line.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Now they try the right side here. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard right around the 26. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. Give him 16 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put him behind the 8 ball.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's caught left side by Cooks. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Defense showing blitz. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll look to throw here on first down. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Give him 30 yards there.
And there's another one of those incredible highlight reel catches. One-handed, deep downfield, another big completion. I know this, partner. As a defender, I don't know how you avoid watching what they do. It's everywhere. All the highlight shows, watching it on Madden. Trying not to get intimidated before you go out and have to play against these guys and try and stop them.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. And that'll set them back 5. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. Back to throw. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very solid gain of 27. Back to throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So the defense gets to the quarterback. Now the offense backed up on second down.
Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Boom, landed.
Looking to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Nick Fairley in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. They'll set up to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll look to throw here. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Saints on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 19. He'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by DeMonte Kazin. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He goes underneath to Freeman. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Brandon Cooks. His first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons draw a bit closer.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Left side and caught by Flainer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you see, now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position of throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Atlanta now coming out on the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Being chased out left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Let's go.
Freeman again. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here we go. Leopard. Here we go now. Watching that. Party. Let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Leopard. Detroit. Leopard. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And now a 1st down following that long gain. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go. Leopard. Gone. Watching that party.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons have broken our tie. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Elsewhere, 4th quarter score now for Baltimore. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Here we go.
He's back to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now they go screen. It's complete. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock, but I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn into a big gain.
The Saints on third down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it. This is Muhammad. Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Kill, kill, kill.